This video is rated E for everyone and brought to you in collaboration with Pointers Painting. Call 678-315-0719 for all your home improvement needs. All right, take one. It is a little windy out here.
It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a renovation to step two.
This week, we're tackling a lot of good and a lot of bad.
A little good. Get it right.
Okay, a little good and a lot of bad because we ran into a lot of problems since the last time that we updated you guys. Now, the good thing is phase 1, which is the complete outside, is almost done. The bad news is we have a lot of structural damage.
Yikes. We gotta reframe the whole house. I ain't really no fun way to tell you that. The floors look like a wavy like potato chip upstairs. Got to do better.
So take a sneak peek at all the trouble that we ran into since the last time we seen you guys. Now, one thing we really didn't consider when adding more square footage upstairs is the change in our roof line. We went from a perfect triangle to this very irregular shaped roof. And what about these brackets? Were we going to replace them or were we going to leave them off? Now, these brackets are very heavy and very custom, so you guessed it, it costs a pretty penny to have more of them made. Now on to our laundry room / back patio, which was completely rotten and ate up with carpenter ants. So you guessed it, we had to demolish the entire thing, which means more money spent on more wood, as you see us unloading these 2x4s, 2x8s, and 2x12s in order to rebuild it. Now, I will say, they got this thing reconstructed pretty quickly. It was just very unexpected, and it wasn't part of the budget. But on the bright side, we have a brand new and structurally sound laundry room. But enough of the bad news and on to a sneak peek of our front porch extension. This porch is going to be huge. And it was one of my must-haves when thinking about our forever home. I'm talking new columns, new deck flooring, new beadboard ceilings, new paint treatment. I cannot wait until this project is complete. Now, here's a look at the square footage we added to the upstairs bathroom by building out the dormer. It's also a sneak peek at another bathroom we're going to create out of a closet across the hall from that bathroom by building the dormer. We have definitely increased our upstairs square footage just by extending the dormer on the back side of the house. As they say, with a little good comes a little bad. And that leads us to this room. You see that gap between the ceiling and the wall? Yeah, that shouldn't be there and is an indication of our structural damage. Now, when we set our bed frame on the floor, there was a large gap on both ends, which led us downstairs where we had to rip out the ceiling and inspect the damage. Now, this beam is made of a lot of smaller beams, but it also sits over a window, which is not up to code. So we'll have to move the beam, replace all of these joists on the left side, and try to save all of these joists on the right side. We also saw a lot of wood rot, which could be from the termites or could be based on the fact that we bought a 100-year-old house. And it doesn't stop there. You see this beam? You see how it just stops in midair? Yeah, no support upstairs. This beam should run the span of the entire room, and it doesn't, which led us to put up these temporary supports in our dining room and our kitchen. And that's gonna have to stay there until we can get an actual structural beam in place. Although this bathroom demo went fairly well, the first floor of our house is pretty much shot. I mean, look at this beam in our sitting room. It looks great until, boom. What's this? Why didn't you continue the beam the span of the room? And look at this bathroom plumbing notch in our support joists. And when I say notched, I do mean notch. Look at the size of wood that is missing here. Look at the size of these holes. This offers no support to the floor above this ceiling. And when you move on to the stairs, I'm 5 foot. I'ma bust my head when I get to this step here, which is also not great for anyone who's a tad bit taller than me. It's annoying and it's frustrating, but woosah. I just have to remind myself that it'll be all worth it in the end. So here's a sneak peek of the framing that's going on the first floor, which we'll start with in our next update.